In preparation for summer term or term 3, my school did a pilot run of hybrid teaching and I was fortunate to be part of it. So in this video, I'm going to explain my observations with hybrid teaching. Coming up. Hi friends, my name is Blessing with Classical Creativity. I teach in Rivers State, Nigeria. In case if you have not been following me, consider subscribing. My channel focuses on organization, creativity, and teaching with the 21st century instruction strategies. So if you're a teacher or a mom and you intend to inspire creativity to transform lives, consider subscribing and hit the notification bell to be notified each time I release a video every week. Before I talk about hybrid teaching, if you are not following me on Instagram, do well to follow me because I share more tips there. My very first top tip is to focus on creating lessons that are fitting for the virtual learners and then adapt it to suit the in-person learners. If your school has one-to-one gadgets, you can equally get the in-person learners to use digital resources. But if you don't have such, you can use physical resources to get your in-person learners to be engaged. You might do this by allowing them to make their choice, but do not create two lessons just to satisfy the virtual learners and the in-person learners. That will be too much for you. So when you create one particular lesson, ensure that it is suitable first to the virtual learners and adapt it to suit the in-person learners. For example, when I did a live streaming test run, I noticed that the in-person learners can even use materials, physical materials that I have in my class. My second tip is to be fair at calling students' names. You might do this digitally or manually. If you have popsicle sticks, you can write the names of students on it and then call the student's name. And for you not to repeat a child's name, you need to also color code the popsicle sticks, one edge of it, so that when you are done calling a particular child's name, you can flip it over in order not to repeat a child's name. You can as well do it digitally. For me, I use the wheel of names. I created this by adding my children's names on the wheel. I don't believe in having double wheel for both my virtual learners and that of my in-person learners. I use the same wheel of names. I'm going to show you how it works shortly. So you can write the names of your students. For me, I didn't write my student's name on this wheel. So this is how it works. It's another way for you to equal children's names equally and not to skip anyone. My top tip is to name your cohorts. Give each cohort a name in order for you to get the attention of students. This is not my original idea. I got this idea from online. Some teachers call their virtual students Zoomers and then their in-person students Roomers. But for me, I'm going to call my virtual students Zoomy and then my in-person students Roomy. In order for you to get attention of students, you need to name your cohorts. My fourth tip is to reiterate or repeat all the time. I mean, you have to repeat, because I noticed that the virtual students they are not heard by the in-person students. Whenever they respond to questions, I try to re-echo what they have said in order for the virtual students to hear their responses. At a point, I had to get them to start using the chat room, and then I pinned the chat room on my whiteboard for them to see their responses. For you to solve this problem, you might get an external amplifier or a mic and then keep it close to the speaker on your laptop. This will also help to re-echo what the voice of the virtual students. So this is, or you might even try another way. If you can have your laptop on a wheel, maybe you can wheel it close to the students who are in person for them to hear what the virtual students are saying. That could also solve this problem. But try as much as possible to reiterate or repeat what the virtual students have said or their responses to the whole class. Stick around to the end because I have a bonus tip. Okay, the fifth tip is to ensure that the students virtually have a full view of you teaching. Okay, so in my experience during the test run, I noticed that the in-person students were able to have a full view of me and they heard me clearly. The virtual students were unable to have a full view of me teaching because I was close to the laptop when I was going through the slides. They only heard my voice and they saw part of me. So in order to avoid this, you need to get yourself a clicker. Clickers come in different shapes and sizes and colors. You can even buy from Amazon if you like. You might even see it in big shops nationwide if you reside here in Nigeria. So get a clicker because this will help you to go through the slides from any point of the room and then allow the virtual students to have a full view of you teaching. So go ahead and get yourself a clicker. That's a good point there. I also attached my free classroom organizer checklist down in the description in case if you are setting up your classroom for hybrid teaching. You can also check out my previous video on hybrid classroom. My sixth tip is behavior management. In class, I use Wheel of Choice or my Money Purse. But ever since we went virtually, I use Class Dojo to award points for good behavior and to reduce or remove points for negative behavior. Class Dojo is a learner management platform that helps to manage behavior, build community, and some other stuff there. So you can check it out. It is very, very good. My seventh tip is collaboration. I gave my students the opportunity to collaborate in person versus virtual students. During the live streaming, I played a game in person versus virtual students. I awarded points and it was fun and interesting, so you can give it a try. The eighth tip is team teaching. I still teach the third cohort, which is totally virtual. My team teacher came up with the idea of rotating the third cohort, which is batch C, and I was opportune to take part once last term. Again, if you haven't watched my video on hybrid teaching where I explained how my school group the students, go ahead and watch it. My ninth tip is to go ahead and do what works best for you and your students. What works best for me might not work for you, depending on where you are and the resources that you have in your possession, both human and material resources, as much as possible. Go ahead and do what works best for you and your students. Thank you for watching up to the end of this video. My bonus tip I talked about, for those of you that stick to the end of this video, is to include brain breaks intermittently as much as possible. For lower elementary, you can explore Jack Hartman. There are other ones you can equally use. Again, use the one that works best for you and your students. Thank you for watching. If this video interests you, give it a thumbs up, like, also share with your teacher friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. If you want to get your child to read at age 3+, I have a video linked to the description of this video. You can watch it and then get started. Also check out my other video on how to teach with WhatsApp. You have to let me know in the comment section of this video which tip you would like to try if you are hybrid teaching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. This helps me a lot. It helps me know that you like more videos like this. If nobody told you, you are a great teacher, and I'm glad that you are here. I can't wait to see you in the next one. Subscribe so that I can see you there. I am Blessing with Classical Creativity YouTube channel. Remember, keep inspiring creativity and transforming lives. Bye!